Let's hop right into this bitch, man. Everybody, welcome to a brand new kind of mini series we're gonna be starting over on my channel. It's kind of just like a podcast series, basically just getting together with a bunch of people I know, or one of my good friends is actually here with me right now. He's probably gonna be on a majority of my podcast, depending on whoever I do them with in the future. Marker, say what's good, man.
How's everybody doing today? Tonight, whatever time zone you're in.
Facts. I was gonna be like, it's definitely dark outside, but I don't think it matters what zone we're in. So, pretty much what we're
Nope.
doing with this podcast is we're gonna be kind of discussing pretty much everything. It's gonna branch off. I think it's gonna be like a variety of shit. We're gonna try to keep it like around relative news with Call of Duty and shit like that, but it's obviously gonna branch off just because me and the conversations my friend Marker have just end up being fucking retarded sometimes. So we kind of figured, hey, let's just sit down and make this into a recorded series. So we've been both playing Call of Duty for a really good amount of time. I actually met him through Call of Duty. I met him through a friend of mine before I met him. We met on Modern Warfare Remastered, I believe it was, and I originally met him on Modern Warfare 2, which was
hmm
I met Garrett on MW2, and then I met you through Garrett on Modern Warfare Remastered. So we've both been playing Call of Duty for a really good amount of time. So what we're going to be doing in today's podcast, pretty much, is we're going to be breaking down everything that's going on with this whole entire, Modern Warfare 4. We're not really going to cover that game that much, because I'm pretty sure that's already confirmed, but it just hasn't been released publicly by, Activision and all them dudes. But we're going to be talking about Call of Duty 2020, baby. Black Ops 5. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the
Black
fuck
Ops
happens.
5.
There was some pretty crazy news and shit that went on last week. I'm kind of late to it before everybody else, but it's like, fuck it, whatever, you know. It's like it's still out there. It's still there to be discussed, and there's a lot of things that I want to cover personally with how I think things are gonna go with this and stuff like that. And first question we're gonna dive right into. This one can easily branch off. This initial idea actually came from Marker himself. We were having a text conversation one day, and it was the day I found out, like the morning of, I found out all the news that was being tweeted out by Charlie Intel and shit like that. If you guys don't follow him on Twitter, he pretty much posts everything that's confirmed with news about Call of Duty. So you should go give him a look if you want like immediate quick updates, because he's usually like probably the first person to get every single bit of access to that kind of information. So go drop him a follow. I'll probably end up throwing his links in the description off of the sources I'm going to be using to read off of and shit. So appreciate your hard work, brother. That's not going to go unnoticed. But first question. Was Treyarch afraid of getting outdone and outperformed? Now, what I mean by this is pretty much Treyarch stepped in, I guess, against Raven and Sledgehammer. I guess the whole entire idea of the game they were supposed to be making for 2020, this was never Treyarch's initial project. They kind of just jumped in and said, like, hey, this is kind of ass, but it could also mean a lot of things as well. And this is a really good controversial question that was brought up in conversation between me and Marker. He said that I wonder if Treyarch was afraid of getting outdone by Raven and Sledgehammer. And that's honestly, it's interesting as can fucking be. Marker, how do you feel about this?
I mean, if you look at the state of Black Ops 4 and just the small judge of the community that I've actually grabbed, it's not nowhere near a polished game. And with a new year, always brings a new Call of Duty. Raven and Sledgehammer tasked to take on the new one. Um, what I think is when like their first like sheets of like, yeah, this is what we want to do. This is a little bit of gameplay. This is what it's going to look like. We're going to have story mode, things like that. None of that's confirmed, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, Treyarch may have looked at it and was like, oh yeah, that's really nice. So, oh, oh, wonder. That's a great idea.
Wonder if we can make that
That
a
looks
bit of
great.
our own.
Wow.
Yeah, it's something we never thought of initially, so let's just try to step in and take it away from these two guys. And
Right. Yeah. Hey guys, you guys been doing a lot. You guys take a break.
that's what I'm
Let
very
Treyarch,
yeah,
let the
honestly, dude.
AAA studio come in here and take care of
I'm
business.
very skeptical with you on that. I just find it kind of weird how another company that works under the same corporation kind of just stepped in and was like, "All right, hey guys, we're taking this over completely. Fuck what you're doing. Scrap everything." Because like we never know. You know,
It's
we're sitting here and we're talking, but we're never gonna know what that concept was, what they were making for a game, and it could have been one of the greatest games we've ever seen come to this franchise. But we're gonna never know what that
and
was because Treyarch decided to fucking whip it out and step right into it and kind of destroy the project as a whole. Maybe it was godforsaken awful. Maybe they're right, but I don't think a company like Treyarch, after what Black Ops 4 has shown and how the development team has performed in that kind of area, I don't think they have any room to talk for themselves, unfortunately. So I'm kind of afraid to see what comes out of this, but at the same time, I am excited. I'm not going to pre-order the game, but I'm definitely going to see what this has to offer after I watch a little bit of
yeah, this is
footage. But
definitely not a pre-order game in my
mm-mm,
book.
no, absolutely not, because they have 2 years to develop it. And another big controversial topic as well is everybody thinks this is going to be like a fucking God sent gift from above because the last game that was made in under 2 years in the Call of Duty franchise was Black Ops 2. But everybody needs to try to like understand how that comes from a developer's point of view because graphics have been enhanced, the bit rates are obviously enhanced, everything has really been enhanced. It's not going to be as easy as Black Ops 2 was. It's going to take a whole lot more work than what Black Ops 2 was pretty much in order to come up with
Right.
a game.
It's gonna have like the game mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's gonna have like the game mechanics of like a Call of Duty 4 because that's just modern technology. That's what we're at technological wise. And
Exactly.
also, they said, under 2 years, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was created. History tends to repeat itself, but skeptical to see what this could bring, especially with Treyarch coming in, stepping in and saying, we're taking over.
But the next gen
It could
consoles,
be,
man,
it
it's just there's so much more work that has to be put into it, especially.
and that's another thing too, because like even though if they release them on current gen systems, they're gonna be released on next gen instantly. It's probably
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a launch title, honestly. They probably already have the game's coding for the systems,
Prior,
at their
after,
disposal.
afterwards, exactly, exactly. I'm still very, very on the point about just Treyarch stepping in and kind of taking over. Now, what I want to argue is they blatantly just straight up steal the idea. Was this already an idea in progress, or was it something that they came up with sitting down at the desk, worrying about what they're going to do because the job of COD 2020 has been handed over to them? Did they think of the Cold War, quote unquote, personally? Or was that something that was stolen from Sledgehammer and Raven? That's very hard to say, but I want to hear what you have to say.
I could see them stealing it. I
Absolutely.
mean, big company, no cares. Usually, they have a consumer base practically by the balls almost. So ideas flowing through them doesn't need to happen. They just need to put something together and call it a game. As we've seen with Black Ops 4, they probably were looking at it and was just like, what, that is a really good idea. Why didn't we think of that?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of relates back to the first question as well. Like, did they make something that just blew Treyarch out of the water? That could have been it. It could have been like, oh yeah, we're doing this Cold War style, and now granted, read a history book, learn up on Cold War if you
We're
don't
gonna
know
learn.
about
We're
it.
gonna
But it
learn.
wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't a violent war. Like, I mean, granted, probably spies and espionage and things like that going around, but
That's
I
a
don't think a
that's a
single
completely
bullet
different
was
subject
fired.
too. Yeah, honestly, because you think about it, and it's cold. The Cold War was it was a huge political kind of war. It was between the current USSR at the time, or Russia, pretty much. I think it's still what it's fucking called. I don't even know what Russia's called, and the United States of America, and a lot of it was it was the Korean War was in the span, I believe. That was like the only major war that was in that time span of the Cold War. Because the Cold War ended in I think 1991. It started in 47, and
Vietnam.
it was a big span throughout time, I believe. And the only like really major war to happen in that duration of time was the Korean War. That's actually very interesting how that
Vietnam
all
War.
went down as well. Initially, the U.S. kind of just moved forces into the North or South Korea because South Korea was getting taken over by the North. The North and the South kind of had a disagreement, and then the Russians at the time were sided with the North, so they both kind of fought against each other for like a 3 year span. Then there was peace between. I guess I'm gonna call it peace. I'm not an expert. I'm not fucking National Geographic, but I do know that it was a 3 year war. So I don't understand how they're really gonna base the whole entire video game concept around that. I'm very confused on how that's gonna work, but I definitely,
That
yeah,
would
dude.
be kind of a
I
challenge.
honestly, now that I sit here and think about it more, I 500% believe that Treyarch blatantly stole the idea from Raven and Activision, or not Sledgehammer. I meant to say not Activision. They stole that shit, dude. Like, it's just so weird to hear that we're knowing about COD 2020 before we're hearing about this year's Call of Duty. You know, like it's like how did another
Especially,
company that works under the same head just step in or it's like, yeah, your game's shit. Like our game is the fucking greatest thing you've ever seen ever. When it's clearly blatantly not. Black Ops 4 is probably, I'm gonna say personally for me, the worst Call of Duty out of the whole entire franchise. I enjoyed Ghost and World War
and
II and Advanced Warfare more than I enjoyed Black Ops 4. That's me
that's
personally.
the funny thing. It's like they're pushing out, or they're already starting to talk about developing another game. And now I get it. I totally get it. You want to make games, is what you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which has its problems, and I'm not even going to say gameplay problems. I'm going to talk about performance problems. You can't. Your menu system is absolute trash.
It's
Like trying to
atrocious, dude.
navigate that when there's a loading screen going on in the background. Now, granted, I'm on an S,
Mm-hmm.
but I have it on a flash drive, a USB 3.0 flash drive. Before the flash drive, different game. Now I'm gonna talk about a different game real quick.
Mm-hmm.
PUBG wouldn't load a single building. When I would land it, they looked like mounds of Play-Doh,
Mm-hmm.
and then I could glitch through walls and have all these slew of problems, and I end up crashing. But as soon as I got that flash drive, game changed. Everything loaded. Everything was great. It still had its problems, but whatever. That's a different story. I did the same thing with Black Ops 4 when I started noticing lagging
Yeah.
menus and things like that. I was like, all right, I'll switch it over to the flash drive. It should clear it all
Yeah.
up because it's
A
not
USB
a disk,
3.0.
it's
Yeah, it's
on
3.0.
demand
Exactly.
memory. No.
No,
When
absolutely not.
you struggle to switch out a perk or an attachment on a gun in
Try to
the
change your score
35
streaks.
seconds, yeah, score streaks or anything like that, good luck.
It shouldn't be a
You want to
challenge.
stay in that lobby and change something? You can't have. It's almost like you can't have both. It's like, oh, this lobby's too good, but I gotta switch my classes.
The last 10 seconds of the
Are
countdown, or the laggiest 10 seconds I've ever experienced in
are
a
the
video game.
worst.
And this is
But
a
then
next
even
gen
in some of the
console we're
games,
playing on. This should be running like fucking
it,
butter.
and
Be
and
smooth
even
as
when you get
shit.
into the games, like at the character select screen or your operator select screen, even that lags. Like you shouldn't. You should fix that. You should be like, all right, we have a performance issue here, and it's really annoying. And there's another performance issue I'm gonna hit on too, real quick. But your character select screen lags. The audio lags in your startup menu, like your splash screen intro. Your audio lags, crackles, screen locks up and then catches up with itself. Those little things are just that just shows that you don't care enough to fix them. I mean, I'm sure you probably
Facts.
have enough data by now
Facts.
to understand the problem.
Facts.
There's how many people playing
Complaining
this
about
game,
it.
and
How many people fucking complaining about it on
I,
Twitter?
right, and I know the fact that you can pull information and data logs from anybody's console probably at any time. Ain't nothing secure anymore.
Yeah.
So they have that data of what's going on
They
and
see
where
what's
these
going
problems
on.
are.
They don't care.
But they want to keep continuing polishing, quote unquote, polishing Blackout, which I think it's dead anyways. But the second performance issue is when somebody joins your party and
Oh my
you lock
God!
up
On
for that
Xbox,
split
I don't know.
second.
I don't know if this is just an Xbox issue or a PlayStation issue. Let me explain all these PlayStation freaks about what we had to experience on Xbox with Black Ops 4. So every single time from the launch of this game, funny enough, this game's beta was the one of the best games I've ever played of Call of Duty. This game had a absolutely phenomenal beta, and anybody who played the beta can back me up on that shit because the beta for this game was fucking flawless. I love the 150 mechanic. I love the healing mechanic. It all made sense. The guns are balanced. There's no lag issues. The game was a little bit slow, obviously, because it's a beta, so they're not gonna have their data fucking servers open as hard. But my God, that was like one of the best things I've ever played in my life. That was so much fun. I could not get off that shit during beta. But I'm getting off topic. Back to the party explanation. When somebody joins your party on Xbox and you're in mid game, say you're in a gunfight, right? And somebody connects to your party through the Xbox dashboard menu, by the way. This is a completely separate menu from what you're dealing with
Mm-hmm.
versus being in game, you know? You lag. You fucking have a monstrous lag spike, and that's gotten me killed off of score streaks and kill streaks multiple fucking times. That's a simple glitch that should have been fixed the second week into release, if not the first, if you actually sat down and fucking did your job. That's unbelievable. Like, it is 2019. Fucking 2019. And you're telling me that I can go back and play Black Ops fucking 1? That servers are 10 fucking years old? And I don't have these kind of issues with a game that's supposed to run like fucking doo-doo because they had so much space, data, whatever the fuck you need on the console? What a joke. What a joke.
I agree with that.
That's
And
pathetic.
it's not just. It's not like, oh, it's just. I don't experience this on any other game with somebody joining my party
No.
where the game completely locks up for.
Absolutely no other
It's
games. I've
about a
never had an
second.
issue with it. It's clearly a game with like a program issue. That's something that has to do with internally in the game. That's embarrassing. That is completely
It is
embarrassing.
very embarrassing. And that's something that falls back on my first statement. They're just getting lazy. And that also can tie into
Maybe
the
then.
very first question
Mhm.
of, did they steal it? Probably, because they're lazy. You see your problems laid out in front of you, and you don't do anything about them.
A lot of people are saying
What's the?
maybe the lack of updates have come because they're working on 2020 COD already, which is very interesting as well.
It shouldn't be the case because you still have a fully functioning product that is, as far as I know, still $60 in the store.
Mm-hmm. So what's the deal with that? Yeah,
So
honestly,
you're expecting
correct.
people to spend $60 on a broken game?
But you're already developing the
It
next.
must be working.
Yeah. Must be
People
fucking
are
flawless.
still buying it. We
Must have
see
no
fresh
issues.
levels. We see fresh levels every now and then. So I mean, people are still buying it. Which I
I don't understand where you got that from. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. It was another big thing. I lost my thought and I'm pissed off because it was actually really really good. And I'm very upset I lost the
Oh,
thought.
it is still $60 on the store on Xbox Live right now. It's still $60.
I was gonna say there's another issue I'm trying to remember, but I don't think I can remember it because I forgot it because I was thinking about it too hard. It was about fuck.
Oh, I can
Oh yeah,
go
okay.
on.
Even then, even when you're working on a game for 2020, right, and you have 2 years to put this thing out on the market for people to buy and for people to enjoy, you have 2 years to do so, correct? Black Ops 4,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken, I don't know the exact time duration they took to work on this game, but it was definitely probably in the 3 to 4 year range. If you had that much fucking time to sit around and make a video game, you shouldn't have to be worrying about content releases and the season pass releases. That shit should be all lined up already. That should be done. Because if you could develop a functioning game in 2 years, if that's what you're claiming here, because you're stepping in for another company to do their job, because apparently they're too dog shit to do it themselves, according to what you're claiming, that's a fucking joke. You have 3 4 years to develop Black Ops 4. I'm pretty sure they bragged about it at the booth they had or the convention. They're like, yeah, we've been working on this game for fucking years. Where? Fucking where? Why is it a struggle for you guys to release content on time and consistently? It should be done already. You guys
And
had,
let's keep
yeah. Think about that shit for a
let's
second.
keep this in mind. 25% technically in a video game standpoint, 25% of the game is missing. They don't have a single player.
Nope. Big
You got
mistake
your
there.
multiplayer, you got your zombies, and you got Blackout. Last time I played Blackout, the big update was they added the boat. They added Hijacked. And okay, cool, you added a boat out in the middle of the water. Sweet. Awesome. I'm glad I'm able to drop here and fight on the boat. Because your circles don't spawn over there, as far as I know. Every time I dropped in over there, I had to move.
Yeah, like it doesn't last that long, you know?
Yeah. And maybe the couple of years, maybe the couple of years of development went into some of these, like, skins. And, like, because, I mean, the skins in this game are terrible. It looks like they just, like...
They're fucking garbage.
It looks like they just took, like...
The saddest,
not
most
even, like,
pathetic thing
Photoshop.
about that shit, dude, is they probably spent a good amount of time on that part of the game just because they want to rake in as much as they can from microtransactions. And, like, Fortnite spends, like, fucking 2 days working on this shit, and fucking thousands of people are buying their shit. You guys probably fucking spend months coming with ideas in your development team to figure out what the fuck you want to put on a character that, by the way, it's a first-person game. The reason why Fortnite fucking sells all their skins is because it's in the third-person perspective. You can see what you bought every single game you spawn in. You're playing a first-person shooter. I don't care what I fucking look like. Like, why does that matter to people? And why do people still spend money on the fucking COD market, but then go on Twitter and they complain about the game? Because you guys are the cause of what the fuck is wrong with Call of Duty. You guys are fucking feeding them money for pumping out dog shit. You know why they stopped with DLC maps?
That's the sad truth.
I can get a DLC map pack for fucking $15 that came with 4 maps and a brand new Zombies map pack on Black Ops 1. You know how much money they made off that? Because they put hard fucking work into the maps. Even though some of them were shit, I'm not saying they're all fucking legendary maps, but like the Zombies maps, like Ascension and stuff like that, and fucking like 5 was free. I'm trying to think, Moon and stuff like that. Like, that's creative. That's innovative thinking. That's pushing your team and yourself and what you have to the limits that they think have been broken. And they just, like, I'm not going to pay $10 to fucking put a fucking police suit on my character. I don't give a shit. Give me something that's worth my money and worthwhile. Pump out good microtransactions, and fuck yeah, I'll drop money in your game. I'm a nerd. I love the franchise. Come out with good fucking content, and I'll buy that shit.
Well, my stance is I don't mind, like, flipping a 20 every once in a while to get something in the game. You know? But your game needs to be stable enough for me to be able to play.
Exactly, which is what...
It goes to performance. Why am I going to give... It's like I already spent $60 on your game. All right? I haven't even bought the Game Pass. We're just at bone stock game.
$60.
$60 already. You provide me with... It feels like a 70% completed game.
It feels like a beta, dude.
Feels like a more polished beta. Actually, the beta... I didn't play the beta.
The beta of Black Ops 4 was 10 times better. Yeah.
Not only from what I've heard from you, but what I've heard from others, did run better.
It ran so much better.
And that kind of is like, it's almost like a bait and switch, because Anthem suffered from it as well. But it wasn't I don't think it was the beta. I think it was more of the E3 demo compared to what they got. And it was like, oh, this game's going to be polished. This thing's going to just have life in it and everything. And then people are just reporting, like, the game doesn't look anything close to what they were previewing and things like that. That's what it is like this with Call of Duty. Or Black Ops 4, excuse me. It's like a bait and switch almost on the betas. It's like, what changed?
I don't understand.
So, every, month and a half or something, they change the pass, the special edition, or whatever the event bonus
whatever the fuck it is. Yeah,
for.
Exactly.
Yeah, you get every month and a half that updates, and that comes with brand new tiers,
Mm-hmm.
which you can pay money for to skip, which people do.
Which is a joke.
People pay money to skip the tiers, so you're feeding them money just for putting out. Ooh, you put in this last one, you put a knife and a light machine gun
In this
in.
current
Okay.
one.
More, I mean, I get it in the ranks.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and rank up to get them. But once you start implementing that pay to win, because Fortnite does the same thing, but Fortnite's all cosmetics.
I want to talk. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Now you're putting in weapons. You're putting in weapons that just because some kid, I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money.
Do whatever you
But
want.
some
Exactly.
kid, dropped like a hundo into Treyarch's pocket for some virtual currency, and now all of a sudden he's got like the baddest light machine gun in the game, and the update's been out for 10 minutes.
You know what's fucking crazy too? Let's talk about this one for a second. A lot of the previous SMGs in this game have been nerfed heavy to start off the thing. The Switchblade and the Daemon were both buffed to a point that they are so significant on the battlefield that no other SMG can outgun them. And the Daemon and the Switchblade are the only two guns you have, or SMG weapons that are DLC, that you earned the battle pass. So I didn't pay for a single fucking tier. I got all my shit legit. I actually sat down, I played through all of it because I have nothing else to fucking play. I got these two guns, and they, like, the Spitfire can outgun me, the Cordite can outgun me. No of the SMGs that are by themselves at the start of the game without spending a single dollar to get them, just through ranks in the game, they can't compete with them. The Daemon fucking shreds everything I throw at it. Every ACR, every sniper, every fucking ACR. I meant to say AR. I was thinking of the ACR because Modern Warfare 3, but that shit was gross. But at least I didn't have to pay for the ACR to fucking win. I had to earn it. The Switchblade, it destroys everything, dude. I can easily hop on Black Ops 4 right now and just demonstrate what Rapid Fire 1 and 2 can do to a fucking body 2 feet away from you. It's pathetic.
Quick, fast,
That's
and
a
hurry.
definite
Receiving
fucking
end of
pay
it.
to win factor. You should not be when you release your SMGs or any weapon that's supposed to be a cosmetic item. Don't fucking tamper with the thing. If it sucks, it sucks. You paid for it. That's what you get. Or if you earned it, that's what you get. You're buffing it because you got fucking kids complaining because it's so shit that they spent $100 to get a shitty like SMG. That's pay to win. That's an absolute example of pay to win that's going under the fucking radar. Watch before you know it. Mark my words right here. The Tiger Shark, the LMG, is going to get the fattest buff in the history of like fucking ever in the next couple weeks. And they're going to try to sneak it down. They're going to try to sneak it. Yeah. It's embarrassing, dude. Like, you should.
I wholeheartedly believe you. Yeah.
What happened to the skill gap? It's gone.
It got closed due to the almighty dollar.
It's just unbelievable, man. Not even the almighty dollar, just like the almighty favoritism of fucking shite players that just suck and have no desire at heart to get better. But if they drop fucking money, there you go. You got it, kids. That's how you fucking win. You did it. You figured it out. It's embarrassing.
Right. It's not putting in the hours anymore. It's how fast can you swipe your card.
It's exactly what it is, dude.
How deep do those pockets go?
And you know, it's not everybody that spends money on the game. There's definitely a big fault in development when they first initially released Zero. This is when Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 4 really started to take a fucking on down, a fucking heavy roller coaster ride downhill with Zero. And time specialists as well. Rather than earning your specialists through kills, you can earn it through time. So basically, if you just sit there and wait for long enough amount of time, you'll get everything you want.
Right, yeah, it's just given to you.
I had friends on Twitter complain about it. My friend Senator, he's a really, really, really nasty PlayStation 4 hardcore player. He's level 1000. Kid's an absolute fucking freak of nature. He's on a 28 gun streak. And he's making a kid on the other team go fucking 2 and 38. He pulls out his laptop and fucking kills him. Went off a nuke. 2 and 38. Why are you rewarding people like that, man? MW2, when I was going 2 and 38, I was getting fucking spawn trapped by a chopper gunner. That's what I deserve. I was the worst player. I was getting clapped up by nukes. I was getting clapped up by AC-130s. I had to fucking experience the pain of becoming a better player and bettering myself so I can compete at that level one day. And now I got to that point, and it's like it's taking a step in reverse. Because now you don't have to be skilled at all to do anything.
No. No, you just gotta be able to
Swipe your credit
take a
card
beat
and
long
use
enough
a
for
stupid
that.
specialist. That's it.
Yep.
What a direction this game took, man. The part that makes me mad about Black Ops 4 as a Call of Duty fan is because when it first initially came out in the beta and everything, it was such a step in the right direction, man. They were doing awesome at the beta of the game. Everything was balanced well. Everything was fun. I had a good time with the beta of the game. It ran smoothly. What happened from there? Who knows? Maybe they started working on COD 2020. Still don't think it's an excuse because you had 4 years to develop the game that you came out with right now. With all the content that should be coming on time, by the way, to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. But at the same time, I'm not going to speak shit about PlayStation because for a good amount of time with content, Xbox 360 pretty much got everything fucking first versus the Sony and the PlayStation 3. But like even then, man, you had 4 years of your life to make sure you released a finished product, and you rushed the last 75% of it. The game off the start was not that bad, but as it just progressively it got worse. It got so much worse.
Oh yeah.
And I want reasoning behind that because there's something that went on, or there's something that happened behind the scenes that obviously we do not know about.
Maybe they only have like a team of like 10 working on this game now.
Even
Maybe
then,
it is true that they're all focused on 2020, which I don't agree with. Because if anything, we're gonna have COD Black Ops 4 influences in this next game. The engine may be the same, you know, how everything interacts may be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so I do content developing, but I do it for the automotive world.
Mm-hmm.
I copy and paste a lot of my stuff because a lot of it applies to what I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
So it saves development time. It saves a lot of your time if it's like, oh yeah, it's the exact same way. Cool. Copy paste, slap a new title on it. Perfect. Goes out into publication. They're going to take 2 years. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe they have been working on this for a little bit longer, but let's just say they started working on it today. They're probably going to copy and paste some key engine parts that's in Black Ops 4 into the 2020 release.
Absolutely, dude.
So it's almost kind of turning into
rinse and repeat.
It's feeling like it's an EA sports game where you buy, let's say, NHL 19, right, for $60.
They slap the new players on and keep the same exact game mechanics.
It's a roster update. That's it. Oh, we added a little bit more fan interaction this time around. Yeah, okay, you're playing a hockey game. You don't interact with the fans. Things like that, it is kind of cutting corners. And is that something that we want for 2020 Black Ops? Or whatever the game may be, Call of Duty 2020?
A lot of people tweet out.
Is that what we want? This
is going to save everything. You're going to trust these guys that made Black Ops 4 to make Black Ops 5? I ain't.
No.
I'm gonna get Modern Warfare 4 when it comes out because it's a company I trust. Hopefully they don't let us down. Sure. Hopefully they listen to the community. I'm not gonna pre-order it. I'm gonna get it once it comes out. I'm gonna buy it right on my console because the DVDs are gonna be a thing of the past in the next 3 years too. The Xbox One already came out with a brand new version of the X that doesn't use any discs. What happens if you bought an Xbox One X for your kid, right? And they want to play Grand Theft Auto 5, they have it on disc. You have to rebuy the game. Microsoft replied with that with somebody. You have to re-buy the games because you can't play discs on this console. If you have a disc, you're shit out of luck, man. This is all digital now.
And that works perfectly for me because I can't remember the last time I put a
Disc
disc game in my console.
Unfortunately, I do have a few disc games, but this will be a thing of the past after all this shit drops. But like, I do not trust Treyarch the least bit after what the fuck they did to Black Ops 4. I can't, man. Like, it was just, I don't know who sat down and developed the game and thought, oh my god, this is good. I saw, like, it was something somebody tweeted. It was a caption of a tweet. The tweet was a video about, it was like some fucking fat dude on stage. He was talking about how Black Ops 4 was the perfect multiplayer experience for you and all your friends. And I'm like, dude, have you fucking sat down and played your game for more than 20 minutes? See how fucking aggravated you get when someone runs up on you with a fucking blade and chops you in half like fucking sushi. Go ahead, dude.
Right, yeah, when you start introducing, like, Overwatch characters into your Call of Duty game, like,
yeah.
What's his name, Spectre? Spectre's Genji with a gun.
Yeah.
If you play Overwatch, you'll know.
No, I've watched
I've
watched Overwatch live streams before. I know exactly who the fuck that is, and that's a carbon copy, just replaced with different fucking weapons. That's it. What a meme.
Yeah.
A meme, dude. Honest to God.
Yeah, instead of throwing stars, you get guns. Okay. I'm surprised that I wouldn't be surprised if like one of his skins comes out, and it wouldn't be like almost kind of like a Genji kind of fucking esque skin, because like Genji wears that facial shield and everything like that.
The visor, yeah.
So, I mean, the creativity behind it doesn't strike me. I haven't played them yet, so I won't really talk about the sword, but I have been on the opposite end of the sword, and I think it's absolutely stupid.
It's Commando, dude. Okay, so when you're... I don't know if you watched any of my videos that I made with Spectre when I initially used it when it was first released. But, like, when you walk up to somebody, when you get in a specific range, I would say probably about 5-6 feet, their body has a red X plastered right on them. And the second you hit right trigger, you immediately lunge into them and just chop them with no issues whatsoever. It's so stupid, dude. It's like Commando fucking Pro from Modern Warfare 2 on steroids. Doing flips so I can't shoot.
It's another crutch specialist.
Yeah, crutch specialists have been a huge issue in this game, man. It's been massive. Massive. It's too much. It's too much crutch, and people see it, and unfortunately, they got a lot of other people blinded to it because just how fucking backwards and whack it is for skilled players to go through this kind of shit.
Right.
I'm sorry,
Timmy
dude.
No Thumbs over there.
Yeah, Timmy No Thumbs is going fucking 7-37, and he fucking calls in his dog at the end of the game when I'm on a 26 kill streak, and you see fucking the pit bull fucking comes storming on in, takes 6 fucking clips of the jawline, and rips my balls off and throws them at the wall. They splat.
It ain't no puppers. It's no friendly dog. It's Cujo, and it's Cujo on steroids, juiced.
Absolutely.
Like Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa all got together and juiced up one dog. That's no man's dog.
Yeah, it's exactly what the fuck
it is. A lot of steroids going around there.
A whole lot of fucking roids.
Yeah, I mean, the dog even takes like 40, 50 Titan bullets with FMJ2 on it before it even goes down, and the Titan is a all-around weapon.
It takes down fucking UAVs in 10 seconds. Takes out sniper's nests in a few.
Score streaks. Yeah, right, exactly. I could take down an attack chopper probably in one life, because that thing is just auto-aim. Granted, it is what it is. I'm not complaining about it.
Oh, absolutely not.
But I'll probably take down an attack chopper if I was the only one shooting at it, probably in one life. I'll probably get about 30 shots off with it first go around, and the second one will finish it off. UAVs take, what, 10 bullets to shoot down with FMJ2 and a Titan?
Use a Paladin with that one, and FMJ2 takes 1 bullet.
The Titan's a sniper rifle. assault rifle, submachine gun.
Oh,
It
dude,
could damn well be a shotgun in some cases.
it is. It serves every purpose in one weapon. It's the fucking gauntlet, dude. The one fucking two, three, four, and five, six, right in the fucking top of my hand. It's the fucking Infinity
Yep.
Gauntlet with all 6 stones.
Yeah, it is pretty much Thanos' gauntlet.
You can't reverse time when you get killed by it. So wish you can go back to your 27 kill streak. It has the soul because the fucking thermal sight seeks out your soul, sees how warm you are on the inside,
Right.
and fucking peeks you out from the start of the map. You got the power stone
Now,
that explains for itself.
you could keep the Titan where it's at, power-wise and stat-wise and everything like that, but you get rid of the thermal scope. Like, that is, like, just make it not an option for the Titan. Like, you already have an overpowered gun that can laser anybody from across the map, and what you're gonna do is illuminate the target even more, to where it's just like, oh, there's a heat image here.
And you give it fucking 2 fucking attachments that are like tier 2 attachments. They got the FMJ and you got the extended mags, dude. You can fucking get 200 bullets in a goddamn clip with the thing. You
don't like reloading? Use a Titan with extended mag too.
You sick of your fucking X button right here? You see this button right fucking here? You sick of this shit?
Yeah, throw it away.
Throw it fucking totally in the garbage. Doesn't fucking matter.
You're not gonna need it where we're going.
You already got
and
your
where
strike
we're going,
team.
yeah, there's just gonna be a mountain of brass next to you, basically, because all the empty shells of the bullets you're raining out of your 150 round mag fucking Titan. Just that's all you
a
hear.
fucking 2 or 3 shot kill. If you
time
to all 3 of your shots, you can get 50 kills in 1 life if you wanted to.
Oh, I'm a proven testament of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
I've
and
gone
Jacob
on
have
some
proved that
sick
to
kill
me.
streaks with the Titans.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, like the
Oh,
game
yeah,
is just so
absolutely, yeah.
shitty.
Titans.
I can't trust these people to make it.
3 things I've run from. There's 3 things I run from. 1 is batteries, grenade launcher.
Oh, I start fucking booking.
2.
Nomad's dog.
2 is fire break. Well, you can't really run from Nomad's dog.
Oh yeah.
2 is fire breaks Fukushima reactor.
Fukushima.
And then number 3 is a Titan just sitting there shooting. And you can't even run from that because if you have FMJ2 and extended mag 2, you're gonna chop down half the map without reloading. Because the bullets are going to go through everything. Doesn't matter what it is. Whatever substance on Earth, you can FMJ2 on a Titan will pierce it.
I can make a riot shield out of fucking diamond and fucking the hardest substance on Earth. It's going to blow up in
3 hits.
Thing's fucked, dude. It's going straight through it, clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unfucking-believable. Good thinking on the development. And Treyarch, good job, guys. You guys did a really, really fantastic job with this year's multiplayer. Extremely proud of you fucks. Good job. Keep up the good work, fellas. Can't wait to see the last 2 specialists you guys released that are recycled because you didn't have time, quote unquote, to make them before. So, good job. And also the fucking trash ass DLC maps you guys have lined up as well.
Oh yeah, dude. Nothing says, let's just put a filter on contraband. And,
dude, I get new DLC maps, and they're gonna get criticized. They're very difficult to make, I guess, for whatever fucking reason. Keep it small and simple, but like the work you guys are doing with these maps, it's like, what the fuck am I playing? Battlefield 5? Not an accurate, like it's a simple fucking first-person shooter. I'm not trying to be complex and fucking figure out 6 different directions to go on the biggest map in the fucking world. I'm gonna run around and shoot my SMG like a fucking maniac. It's Call of Duty. It's a bunch of brain-dead idiots like myself. I just want to do simple shit. Like
Call of Duty was never a game for
complications.
The strategy of, hey, we're pinched off here. We can't forward our attack here. Let's move 100 meters to my right
and make a flank.
And let's try to insert. Yeah, let's try to insert like that. Now, Call of Duty's not that game.
No, it's they're trying to make it that, and it's like, no, stick to your roots.
Well, they tried to make that for Black Ops or Blackout, excuse me, because Blackout, you're in an open world environment. The first time Call of Duty's really been in an open world environment. You could theoretically have, you know, 3, 4 teams shooting at you, and that's expected because it's a battle royale.
Mm-hmm.
But how Call of Duty and battle royale mixes together, I get they made a good attempt,
I absolutely
but
respect
it's
them.
kind of it's
I absolutely respect Blackout in a way because they tried the.
oil and water mixing together.
Mm-hmm.
Because your Call of Duty game has never meant to
To
be
have
more
that.
than 3 paths to one area. What, left, right, center?
Mm-hmm.
And then they went through the fourth dimensional and they started, oh, you can go under. Okay, cool.
I'm fine with Under.
Okay.
That's unique.
Okay, that's fine.
But when you make the map
Yeah,
wider than
exactly.
a fucking whale's plowed out vagina, like I'm not gonna fucking play it. I'm gonna back out every time, or I'm not gonna play on the same map that you guys. Oh, what the fuck was that? Oh,
Filters.
oh, fucking Siri opened up my phone. Yeah, filters. Like, yeah, can't wait to play out in the rain. Really excited to watch tonight's sunset on Seaside. Really want to play in the fucking desert, so I'm gonna go play some Arsenal Sandstorm.
Yeah,
Who?
and
Who?
here's one of my issues. Although we have found the meta for Arsenal Sandstorm, but
Oh, we don't want
this
to talk about.
is comes back to the programming and overall interaction with this game. I know it's not my TV, but in 4K HDR, there's little black spots. I shouldn't say spots, patches that show up in the sand. Like when you zoom in, it's 20 times worse because it just magnifies it. And so you see these little glitches everywhere through this sandstorm, right? So your eyes are kind of wandering towards those because you're like, how is this in the
Oh God, yeah.
launch game? I get it. Sometimes there's going to be graphical errors. Understandable. I totally get it. You may look at something wrong and it appears different, than if you moved a slight, like, centimeter in the game over.
Mm-hmm.
But this is happening all around you, even indoors, because
It
the
doesn't matter
sand
where you
goes
go.
through the walls.
Unreal.
The haze of the sand is even indoors in a building.
And still, you still fucking find a way to get mollywopped by it, or something just glitched out with it. This game is just so poor in every aspect. It's shit. I don't think I trust them next year. I mean, it's
Yeah.
3-1 right now because they made the first two Black Ops games, which were just unbelievable. Absolutely love them. They have a replay value of everything to me, and that was something I grew up with personally, and that shit just sticks. Black Ops 3 was definitely a good game. It was new, it was different, it's a lot different, but they updated it, they made it fun, and they stuck to what they're good at multiplayer. Now, I understand being creative and branching out and trying to expand into a different field, completely respect Treyarch and Black Ops 4 for trying to reach out into the Battle Royale kind of scene. But I'm sorry, guys, but you have made your most success off of simple multiplayer mechanics and a simple zombies mode. That could be advanced. It's fun sometimes to put your little bit of brain power into trying to figure out what the fuck you got to do in zombies. It's cool. Black Ops 2 perfectly presented that with Mob of the Dead and stuff like that. Like that was kind of like the first ever like big Easter egg kind of zombies map that you had to really like if you wanted to figure out what the Easter egg was, you really had to sit down and think and try to figure that shit out on your own. But that's what you guys stuck to over your years, and that's what worked. It's what's been working for the franchise forever. You have a simplistic multiplayer first person shooter that any brain dead idiot can hop on and get good at over time. It really ain't shit, to be honest, to get good at multiplayer in Call of Duty. It's not that difficult. Same three-way maps that lead up to one area, like you said, and it's just like you guys. Like I said, I completely respect Blackout. It was good for the game. A lot of people did enjoy Blackout, which is awesome.
I
But
got the game for Blackout.
yeah,
I'll put that on the record.
I got it for both. I didn't ended up
I'll
not
stick to
playing.
PUBG.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like it's not something you guys are meant to be doing. That's leave that up to the other companies. Obviously, it's so obvious too that at the time when Fortnite really, really popped off, which is around the time of I would say about a third, full, like halfway, about a third to halfway through World War II's life cycle, is where Fortnite really popped off, and it shows that you guys just blatantly wanted to cash out on a battle royale mode because mark my words here, if Fortnite was never a thing, let's say Fortnite just didn't, it never existed. Nobody made a Fortnite. Epic Games never came out with a Fortnite. They came out with a completely different game that wasn't even like relevant to shooter, like a shooter game kind of thing. Blackout wouldn't be a fucking thing. I promise you that. It would have never been a thing. We would have had a Black Ops 4 multiplayer or a single player campaign. If Fortnite did not exist, Blackout would not exist. Fortnite is what made Blackout a thing because Treyarch pretty much just wanted to bank the fuck out on a battle royale mode because that's what was popping at the time. And don't get me wrong, they put a lot of effort. Like I said, they reached into a new territory, but it's just not made for you guys. It's not what you should be doing. It's just not the direction that I personally think the company should have took. It was cool for the first few months, a couple months. I was like, all right, cool. I have to think up a couple games of Blackout every once in a while. It's like a couple of stuff multiplayer and shit like that. But it's like, it ain't made for you guys, man. It's just not. It's not your special zone. It's not where you specialized in. It's not what you came up off as, and that's always something I'm gonna be doing for however long this YouTube thing lasts, or however, if it ever turns into something big, if it ever turns into something small, I'm always gonna stick to my roots. And that's what you guys should have done in this instance. Because you tried something, like I said, I'll say it 500 times, I respect that. But it's not made for you guys. And you put too much focus onto it when it was already just, it didn't work. You can say it worked, but it didn't work. It didn't work for a lot of people that have been stuck, like, sticking around for your multiplayer fucking games for years and years. It's not, it doesn't suit you guys. I'm sorry. What a letdown this Call of Duty was. Big time.
So I'm sitting here and I'm flipping through my activity feed, and a little while ago, I don't know if it's sponsored by Call of Duty, but it's popular now. Took a screenshot Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and it's a screenshot of somebody going 46-1. Looks like on slums, and either hit master prestige during it, level 1000, or the game. No, the game was over. It was 116. Two of the players on the losing team was 0.41 and 0.04. While this guy went 46.00. The guy at 8, 10, 5, so on and so forth. But if you take down to the comments, if you go down to the comments is where it's at, right? So, verbatim, Jay CERN1 commented, "Game is gay." Metaphor Age backed that up with, "It's true." And Lacio Follow 92 also agreed by saying, "Yep." But what I really like about this one is a very simple question, 4 words, to the point, just straight shooting it. Last Vortex is going to get a like from me on this. And his question is, people still play this? Question mark. I think that's
the one
one of the best questions.
That's the one that hits the
hardest.
hardest.
The one that hits me the hardest. I've asked this question myself. I mean, we play it because it's Blackout, or it's Black Ops, it's Call of Duty. People play Call of Duty. Woo. But I always question myself, probably about the second or third match in, I'm like, man, I can't believe I still play this game. And a couple of weeks ago, this was the first game I made one of my very first achievements on, is I got an entire weapon class to Diamond, and I don't do that. That's not my thing. I'm more collect calling cards. That's a little bit more fun to me than going and stressing out about getting all these certain kills and things like that. But then I realized when I was sitting here when I got it, I'm like, man, why do I still play this game?
Oh man, dude, I only still play it just cause like fuck. I make content on the internet about it, so it's like I gotta kind of stick to it. And like if I can have a friend to play with me, that just makes the experience a million times better. Because playing Black Ops 4
This
solo.
the only way I play it. The only way I play it is with you or somebody else, and more than likely you're involved in it still. I don't play it by myself. I may play it by myself when it's like, all right, I'm gonna go get my long shots or something like that. I'll jump into some hardcore
And just
solo
like
by
it just ends
myself.
up
That's
being a fucking awful time.
yeah. I just sit there and camp, and I don't care at that
Hope the
point. I'm like,
fucking
I'm here
god I
for one
survive.
reason and one reason. Yeah, one reason and one reason only. I'm here to get head long shots. That's it. I don't care about winning. I don't care about losing. I don't care about score streaks or helping my team. I'm not going to team kill you because I'm practically looking like, where I need to look. I can judge that. That's all I do by myself. I couldn't imagine playing like 10 games of this game.
By myself.
Regular team deathmatch, core team deathmatch. I couldn't see myself playing 10 games by myself because that would be real depressing. About the third or the fourth, I'm looking for the highest bridge in my area. And that's even with somebody playing with me. Because there goes Timmy Two Thumbs. Or
Exactly,
Timmy
bro.
No Thumbs over there. Sitting in a
Exactly.
corner. I'm like, sweet, I'm about to get my score streaks. Yeah, hell yeah. Now he's sitting there with a torque shield and barbed wire, and then there's a nomad around that's got trip mines. I'm hitting one of those, and I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna get pissed. I'm like, come on, where's that bridge?
It's
Ready to
just
jump. Terrible.
for real, bro. Well, we're about an hour now in, and I think it's gonna be the time where I cut off this podcast, dude. This has been a fantastic talk about everything that's going on with the whole entire
This
scene
has
with
been good.
2020 COD, man. This is definitely something I'm excited to upload this shit, man. This is fantastic work.
It's
So,
it's very it feels therapeutic to me to a degree. It
dude,
really
honestly,
does. Like I get to
it felt
vent.
nice to get everything off my chest about everything I want to like say and think. It's just like it felt good after suffering through long sessions of this game and all that stuff and what direction the game is taking. It's a good ass feeling, bro. It's definitely something that we definitely I want to make this into a series and shit like that. Not even revolved around Call of Duty to be exact, but like just revolved around everything. I can just sit down and talk about shit sometimes. You know, it's cool. This stuff is something I do want
Yeah.
to do in the near future a lot. So hope everybody enjoyed this first ever podcast of mine and my boys. So shout out to Marker for hopping on here with me, man. It's been a really, really good time. Definitely want to do this more.
It has been a fun time.
Catch y'all in the next podcast, man. Thanks for whoever stuck around to the end. You're fucking
See
legend.
ya.
See you, boys.